Hello and welcome to the Dragon Den. I'm King of Dragons 5000 and today I have another action figure review. Today I'll be taking a look at the Hasbro Star Wars Black Series Prince Xizor. As we have a look at Xizor, Hasbro has done a phenomenal job on this expanded universe character. Despite being part of the Legends canon, I'm very surprised that Hasbro made Prince Xizor. Xizor's one and only accessory is going to be his golden staff. As we have a closer look at Prince Xizor, I'm very surprised at the amount of details Hasbro put into him. There's a lot of nice details going throughout his tunic, and I really love the detailing that they put into his costume. Hasbro has done an amazing job on Xizor's head sculpt as it looks very impressive. His eyebrows are very defined, and I really love the texturing going throughout his head. His eyes are painted very cleanly, and the smirk that they gave him is quite characteristic of Xizor. And on the back of his head you can see his two ponytails that have gold clasp at the base of the ponytail. Xizor's costume is going to be a combination of this muted purple along with some golden accents. His shoulder armor is going to be made out of marbleized gold plastic, and it does look very nice. And the garment that he is wearing on his armor is done in that muted purple plastic, and it does look good with the ridges sculpted into the fabric. Going down the center, we do have this really impressive gold accent. And on the back of his costume you can see that his spine is exposed with this really impressive detailing for his skin. His arms once again are going to be cast in that muted purple plastic, and they do look good with the gold accents on his armbands. I love the soft goods coming out of the gold armbands as it brings the look together nicely. The lower part of his sleeve has some impressive detailing as Hasbro sculpted a lot of folds and wrinkles. On his wrist we do have two gold bracelets, and the rest of his fabric does go over his middle finger. And the skin tone carries over to his hands, where they are cast in this really nice green plastic. They even did a great job painting his sharp nails. As we have a look at his waist, Xizor is wearing a black belt with this ornate buckle in the front. His robes also drape down, which look really good, and I really like the fact that the pattern carries over on the rest of his robes. On the front of his robes we do have these two parts which carry over that detailing, as well as some gold accents at the bottom. And the rest of his robe will just have this really nice gold band at the bottom. Underneath his robe, Xizor is wearing purple pants which do look good with all the folds and wrinkles sculpted in. And from the top of his knee going all the way down to his foot, Xizor does have these really nice wraps. Although being sculpted really nicely, there are no paints on his foot wraps. Overall, Prince Xizor is going to have some impressive detail, and Hasbro spared no expense sculpting this phenomenal figure. Surprisingly, the paint job is quite clean and everything works for the character. With the paint and details out of the way, let's compare Prince Xizor to our usual suspects. Being part of the Star Wars Black Series line, Xizor is going to be slightly smaller than domestic toy lines. However, he does fit in perfectly with other 1/12 scale lines such as Star Wars Black Series and Lightning Collection. Xizor is going to have a ball joint in the head and a ball joint in the neck. Butterfly joints in his shoulders. Arms hinge out to the side and do a full 360 around his armor. Hinge and swivel at his elbow. He has a hinge and swivel at his wrists. Xizor is going to have a ball joint in the midsection. Legs do kick forward, go back, and go out to the side. Hinge and swivel at his knees. Rotation at his leg wraps, a hinge in the ankle, and forward-facing pin for rocker ankle. Based on the Shadows of the Empire novel, Prince Xizor looks impressive, and I'm really glad Hasbro finally got around to doing a character from Shadows of the Empire. It's honestly one of my favorite legend stories, and finally having a character from Shadows of the Empire is phenomenal, and I'm really happy to have Xizor in my collection. I'm blown away by the amount of details that Hasbro was able to put into Xizor, and it looks just like the characters described. His muted green skin looks good, especially contrasting the purple and gold going around his costume. However, from the waist down you really can't access any of his articulation, as his robes are done out of hard plastic. Because his robes are made out of a dense plastic, you really don't get the full range of articulation in his legs. It would have been nice to see his robes done in soft goods, but we would have lost all this impressive detail. If you're a fan of Shadows of the Empire, Prince Xizor is a must-have to your collection. And at the time I'm making this video, Xizor is available on sites like Amazon and will be hitting stores shortly. And thank you for watching another video here on the Dragon Den, but before you go, don't forget to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe to my channel, and check out all my other Star Wars videos. If you're in a position to help out the channel, check out my Patreon where I have some exclusive content and early access videos. Check out my Instagram account for new and exciting action figure photos, videos, recent pickups, latest prints, and as always, ring that bell so you never miss another video. And until next time, my loyal Dragonites, coming from the Dragon Den, I'm King of Dragons 5000, reminding you to redesign, rebuild, and reclaim. I'll see you next time.